Everyone, good evening. It's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock. It's Monty and Mazza Diet Podcast with me, Monteban, and my co-host Mazza McBob. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Now, I'll get this out of the way first. In backstage, in the lead up to this live stream, I've been having all sorts of internet issues. So my camera keeps freezing. I keep losing my co-host and guest, and so just bear with us. If things start going awry, I can only apologise. But we'll see how it goes. It'll be fine. So then, Mazza McBob.
Smiley Rainbow says it's all good.
It's all good. That's okay. And you'll notice, look how professional I am. Smiler Rainbow is now a wrench.
Ooh.
That's it. So Smiler's our moderator. So just because we are going out across the entire planet with this podcast, you never know. You might get someone in here trying to cause trouble. So just in case, it's always wise to have a moderator around. So Smiler's our moderator, and if anybody gets rowdy in chat, she can sort them out. What did you call? Yes, you're my wrench, not wench, wrench. Yes.
Funny.
Anyway, good evening, everyone. Just going through chat. Good evening, Dion. Hello, good to have you here. We've missed you last week. Good evening, Hydro. Bless you for coming and putting up with us chattering away. Good evening, Karen. I hope all things going well with you. Update my chat window. Yes, you can say that on chat. There we go. I forget. Yes, it was hidden away behind a screen. But yes, good evening, Karen. Yes. My fellow Fortnite player. Good evening, Zoe. We'll be talking about Zoe later on this evening. Good evening, Stu Plum. Smiler, my wrench. Good evening, Lindy Hop. And I think that's everyone. And good evening, Mazza McBob.
Hello.
So straight on with the stats there, Maz. How's it going this week?
Stats. So I thought I was going to have a stonking week this week because after last week on Wednesday, when I weighed on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it was dropping like a stone. Since then it's just done. Yeah, since then it's just gone up and down. And so today I'm actually 0.1 of a pound heavier than I was on Saturday. But at least I gained enough traction in those first few days anyway, that my overall result this week was 1.9 pounds. Which takes me to a total of exactly 25. So now I have 55 to go. There was no change to my body fat percentage. My BMI dropped by 0.3. I've now lost 10.64 of my entire body mass, and I am 31% of my way to my target.
Still very good. I mean, I know you were a bit disappointed with the latter half of the week. But you can't be too disappointed with the overall result.
Yeah, anything over 1.4. I keep waiting for a week where I go under 1.4 because 1.4 is my lowest so far. As long as I keep above that, then I'm happy.
Well, it was week 2 for me this week, wasn't it? So I lost 3 pounds. 3 pounds this week. It started off quite well. I lost 3 pounds within the first 3 days, and I thought, crumbs, I'm going to be on for another £7 week. I ain't going. And then I put on 3 pounds and put myself back to the beginning.
It was just like a day blip, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then it started coming back off. So it ended up being -3. So it wasn't quite the massive amount that I was hoping for, but that does put me on £9 down over 2 weeks.
It's not bad.
So I could be, if I was really good this week, I could be on for a stone in 3 weeks.
They're saying that I keep freezing on the screen and the reception is stuttering a bit.
Yeah, well,
We'll
it
just have
is.
to
It is.
whatever.
I can see. I'm losing. It, it's the Streamlabs is telling me I'm dropping half of my frames. So I imagine you're seeing every other bit of me. But hopefully it will gradually clear up as the stream gets older. But we'll see it. We'll see how it goes. Oh,
Marla
hello,
Darling
Marla.
has
Marla
joined us as
Darling's on.
well. Yeah.
Yep. So yes. So straight on with Maz's menu.
Mm-hmm.
Maz's menu.
As per usual, there's a bit of repetition. The thing
Oh,
is with
don't want
having
that
so
one.
few calories is when I buy something or take something out of the freezer, because I have to have things in quite small portions, I end up having it over a lot of days. So yeah, apologies for any repetition. So day one, standard porridge, black dal for lunch, which I sometimes have for dinner, and then halloumi and black beans, which I sometimes have for lunch.
Yeah, but I'd say that's one of your lunches, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I
I
guess
just kind of mix things up that day.
if you're eating between 200 and 300, 300 calories in a meal, it doesn't really matter which way around you do it, does it?
No, makes little difference. And it
Just
was just so happened that the black dal was quicker and easier to make than sort of cooking halloumi and stuff. So I
yeah.
just did that for lunch because it was more convenient.
I guess as you say, it just sort of mixes your day up a little bit.
Yeah. And you'll see how later on in the week I start having kind of lunch type things for breakfast, but I really don't care. They're such small meals. It's not like, I'm sitting down to have a roast dinner at 9 o'clock in the morning.
You're
So
such a
yeah,
rebel.
I know. All of the rules can just be thrown out the window.
Right, that's it. So the following day, well, that looks nice.
I'm not even seeing it.
Oh no.
You'll have to remind me what it is.
So we've got porridge
Yeah.
for breakfast, halloumi and black beans for lunch, and a chickpea curry with dal for
Yeah,
dessert.
yummy. Yeah, it was the curry. So I took out a portion of chicken curry, a portion of chickpea curry, and a portion of dal, and then you see it about 4 times in a week.
Yeah, sorry, it's lots of buffering. I don't know what to do. I can't. I've switched off everything on my network, and I don't know what else. What else I can do really?
Don't know.
Keeps cutting
Saying
off.
it's stuttering and getting worse. Don't know what to do.
I don't know. Oh, all I can do is just keep carrying on.
Yeah.
So yeah, the curry. How was the curry? That looks really nice.
The chickpea curry, yeah, that's for one from which I made ages ago. It's actually before I started the diet, so I'm sort of slightly guesstimating on the calories with that. But it's it's based on a Wayanad and like a South Indian dish. So it's got coconut milk and lots of black pepper and turmeric. It's very tasty. Oh, and lots of garlic as well, as like thinly sliced garlic. So yes, it's very tasty. I used to do it as a chicken curry, but I've started doing it as a chickpea curry recently.
Cool. And then we've got. Shall I read it out?
Yeah, I can still only see day 67.
We've got eggs on rye, baba ganoush with bagels.
On bagels. I took a bite before I took the picture.
And a chicken curry.
Yeah.
Going all out on the curries this evening.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is repetitive, and most of those things you've seen before. So moving on.
Moving straight on. We got eggs and bagels and tandoori chicken and saga paneer.
Yeah, so that was a takeaway day. So we
I better
decided
say that does look like a takeaway.
Yeah, it was. And I had that similar sort of thing about 5 weeks ago, and I worked out that, that combination was relatively low calorie. So yeah, I decided to go for that again. It was absolutely delicious, gotta say. And, I didn't mind skipping lunch for such a treat for tea.
Just trying to check my internet connection. but it's saying I've got good ping. I don't understand it. If anybody has got an internet expert and wants to talk to me, then please, I need help. There we go.
About complaining to Virgin.
Oh my God, another curry.
Yeah.
Is that like 5 curries in a row?
Well, yeah, because I was having the ones at home, and then we decided to order out from Nibbana. So
Right.
yeah, it was a curry week.
Curry week. That'll keep you regular though.
On my live feed on my phone, it says we've got one viewer left.
Oh, has everybody left?
I don't know. Virgin Down Detector has lots of people complaining about the net, apparently, according to Zoe.
Yeah, I think it might be just our local network, because yeah, I've got nothing here saying that I've got any problems apart from just the networks. Just
gone to day 71. Yay!
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So yeah, I had pittas. I got some pitta breads. So you can, again, you're going to see it as a repeating theme. And oddly, I had them for breakfast and lunch this day. And that mustard chicken pitta, that I got that from T25, like the workout things.
Oh,
I think Smiley Rainbow's done T25, and it came with a little recipe book thing, and that mustard chicken in a wholemeal pitta was one of those. So I was looking at the book last week for some inspiration and ideas.
Well, you'll have to throw me that recipe.
Yeah, it's super simple. I've got a picture of it on my phone actually. I'll just send it to you.
Cool. Yeah. And day 72.
Another curry.
What a
Probably.
Surprise! Look, another Nibbana curry. Mushroom omelette, carnation chicken pittas, and chickpea curry and dal.
Yes, so which was pretty much the same as the day before on the dinner, and more pittas.
And number 73, day 73. It's crazy. You're talking about day 73 now. It's a bit crazy. Chicken cheese pitta for breakfast.
Yeah, it was a little bit of leftover pineapple, cottage cheese, and some chicken. I cooked up these chicken when it all came on Sunday. I cooked up a load of chicken thighs and then, stripped them of skin and bone and stuff. And then, I was like, oh, now I've got this chicken to use. So I couldn't just have it hanging around for like, a week. So it's like I've got to eat it.
What's a Napolitane?
A Napolitane. So this is what Marla and Angus, darling, Ludacris's parents, sent us. Actually, I can maybe show you, although they got a bit sort of crushed in the post. But they sent us these lovely little biscuits, and they are a Mauritian type of biscuit. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah.
It's 2 pieces of kind of almost like a shortbread wedged together with a jam in the middle and then pink icing drizzled on the top. And they are very delicious. And I had skipped lunch, and then these things arrived, and I thought, oh, instead of having lunch, I'm going to have one of those.
Yeah, cool.
I couldn't really find anywhere online how many calories it was, but I just looked up calories for like a large piece of shortbread.
And a very delicious looking chicken tikka salad and naan for dinner.
Yes, and I can only thank LJ for the idea of going for that, because the chicken tikka salad itself was only 222 calories, and then the little miniature Peshwari naan on the side was 180. So it makes 400 together. But yeah, it was a really great idea and something that I haven't had for months. So it's really great now that I know I can incorporate that into my week.
Nice. From my menu from this week, some of the notable things were the salmon.
Oh yes, first time you'd had that.
So I'm
glad you liked it.
I had salmon this week, and it was delicious. I really liked it. It wasn't fishy at all. Yeah, I think you can overcook it a bit, and it seems to just get better.
Yeah, it just gets juicier.
Yeah, and it's very nice. So thanks for that. And
Yeah,
I also
good.
liked the black bean on toast, like the sort of healthy beans on toast with salsa. That was really
Oh
nice as
yeah,
well.
yeah, like Mexican. Yeah,
Yeah,
yummy.
lovely. Lovely lunch that was. In fact, I sacrificed my second half of the tin of beans and gave them to Smiler for lunch because I said, you
Ah,
should try this. It's really nice.
cool.
Yeah, so that was really, really nice.
Excellent.
Uh, yeah, everyone's still here. They're saying, and I think they might be a little bit behind us because they're saying we're still here. So yeah, I think they're probably a long way back in the stream.
That's totally fine.
Yes, so that's moving straight along now to our special guest. So I'm just going to bring her into the studio. Here we go. Good evening, Zoe. Oh, I've got to unmute you.
She's still muted.
I know. I'm working on it.
Oh,
I know. Boomer moment.
boomer.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
There we go.
Hello. I'm very interested by the tikka salad. That looked really lovely.
Yeah, so that's actually a Jamie Oliver recipe from his 15-minute meals book.
Oh yeah.
Well, I do a slight variation. I don't tend to bother with the feta because it's not something I often have in the cupboard. And I don't bother with the cashews to go in the sauce because it's not something I often have either. But yeah, it's really great. It's basically some spinach at the bottom, and then you make up some pui lentils with some spices and mustard seeds and stuff. Put that on, which kind of wilts the spinach a little bit. And then you have some shredded carrot and cucumber if you've got it. And then you have some like tikka, some chicken that's had tikka paste on top, and then you put this yellow sauce together that it explains how to make, and peshwari naan bread. It's really very, very yummy. Shush.
Yeah, be quiet.
Turn it down twice.
Put it on vibrate. So, Zoe, we've brought you onto the stream this evening, and thank you for taking the time out to join us.
That's all right.
Because you have your own experiences with the Fast 800 diet and trying things out
do.
yourself. So, rather than our viewers listening to Maz and myself drone on, we thought it'd be nice for them to get a different perspective. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about why you got into Fast 800 and what your experience was like starting out on this journey?
Yeah, sure. So back over the summer, I think we're all a bit guilty of some COVID pounds, aren't we? And my family and I went on holiday to the Peak District, whereby we're quite keen walkers, and my husband said, we're going to walk up this mountain. I got kind of about an hour in, almost up a vertical kind of cliff face, and felt like I was going to die. I kind of went a funny shade of puce and felt really lightheaded. It was really horrible. I got over hot, and it was just horrible. It just wasn't any good at all. However, carried on this massive walk. And over the course of the holiday, my husband and I watched the Michael Mosley, the 3 episodes that he had done for the lose a stone in 21. Can you lose a stone in 21 days? And we've always we're kind of keen watchers of stuff that he does. So something I didn't say to you earlier, Mark, was that my mum was diagnosed just before she was 44 with type 1 diabetes. She's insulin independent. And my 44th birthday was in October, and so I was fast approaching that slightly overweight, slightly unfit age, and kind of, I don't want to end up like my mum. Not that it happened to her, and it just happened straight away. It was fine, and she is fine. However, so we watched the program whilst we were on holiday, and got home from our holiday, and I got on the scales and cried, and decided that from the 1st of September I would try the 800 calories a day and try to lose a stone, not necessarily in 3 weeks, but try and lose a substantial amount over the course of September and see how far I got.
Right.
So I basically said, right, I'm just going to do 30 days. I'm not going to carry on after 30 days. My birthday was in October. I refused to not have cake. I refused to not have wine. Birthday is for cake and wine, let's face it. And so therefore October was just like, don't kid yourself. Don't try and do something that's not attainable. Just keep it real, So just started, and it's been really easy. It's not easy, because if you don't like certain foods, then you kind of get a little bit in a rut. I'm not a big fish eater. I don't eat cold fish at all. I just can't do it.
We're not fish eaters either.
I don't eat fish. No.
So therefore I have to sort of take an omega-3 supplement, or I forget to take it. But I do now eat quite a lot of chicken, and I just really love red meat. So hey, you just got to go with it. And I love chocolate, and I love potatoes, and I love chips, and and everything that is completely bad for me, I really do sort of like love. I got through the first 3 weeks, and I hadn't eaten a piece of bread, I hadn't eaten a piece of chocolate, I hadn't eaten a biscuit, I hadn't had any flour. So it's sort of like all the gluten kind of intolerances and stuff, and it got to sort of like about the 25th of September, 24th, 25th of September, and I was just like that. Oh, I'm just so fed up with salad. But I was just like, right, it's only 5 days, and I got to the end of it, and I'd lost 7 kilos, which is sort of like nearly a stone. So I was kind of like, right, okay, I can do this. And then so I said that I wasn't going to do it for October, but that I was going to go back into it in November. So I'm back on it on the 1st of November. And and so this month has been sort of like slightly easier in that I know what to expect. And I have had the sort of like the ketosis taste in my mouth, which has caused me a little bit of stress, I would have to say, because I thought, is it ketosis breath or is it COVID? It's like, no, I'm sure it's just because I've not been eating any carbs. So I've done that, and albeit that I haven't had any alcohol, and I think I've had like a couple of Maltesers, like a handful of Maltesers that I got given for my birthday. We did have a curry over the weekend where I had sort of poppadoms, and then the following day I had a naan bread and a bit of rice. But it's all manageable. And the idea is that I can try and get to a set weight by sort of end of November, beginning of December. Sort of hopefully within the first week of December, I'll get to that number, and then stay there until the new year, and then go again in the new year. So it's sort of like month doing it, month kind of just being vigilant but not being full on, and then month doing it, and then same again, just being sort of aware. But I found October wasn't too hard. It was quite easy to feel full quite a lot. I don't know if you guys have found that when it's
sure.
It was very much a case of, wow, actually I've eaten quite a lot in September, despite the fact that it wasn't any calories. I found out I like yogurt. Who knew? I didn't eat yogurt before. I didn't eat fish, and I'm not going to even try going there with fish. But
I
I
would
don't
recommend
like.
the salmon. It's nice.
No, I can. Well, to be fair, I can recommend a salmon to you actually.
All right.
If you like spicy things, so there's a thing called, I think it's called fish infusions. It's in like a little pot like that with
Right.
it's the John West fish infusions. So so I give it to my husband. So when we have a salad, I will have cashew nuts. I do like cashews. So I'll have chicken with cashew nuts on my salad. But he'll have half of this pot of salmon, but it's infused with chili.
Right.
So it's got a tang as well as having the fish taste. He says it's really lovely. I just buy it. It just makes the salad a bit more interesting for him. He said, "Oh yeah, I really like that." So, but that's worth it. But I never really got on with low fat yogurt. It always tasted a bit funny, and it just reminded me of being at school when you have warm yogurt. It's just horrid. Nice. And but a friend of mine lent me the 800 Fast Diet book, and it said about having Greek yogurt and not going for the low fat, 0 fat one, going for the 5% fat. Well, you know what? That's breakfast every day. If I have breakfast, I do miss breakfast quite a few days. But yeah, if I have breakfast, it's yogurt with some nuts and seeds. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's me. So yeah, so I've